Okay, we are here in Deep Forest. And it is time to move on to Baba Doesn't Respond, which I think is one that we worked on before, but I don't remember anything about it. You can never have enough puzzles. I agree with this statement. Baba is push. Once again, belt is shift. And Kiki is U. We also have access to a move down here. Flag is win. Door is stop. Hedge is stop. Tree is stop. We also have something going on down here where we have currently door is both defeat and open. But then we can switch that to... I see. Door is shut, but then read is defeat. And I would presume that read is this thing here. Okay. So the read is the thing that's in front of the door. So the initial intuition is that we somehow need to have you. You should be positioned here. I guess door is... We said door is defeat, but door is also stop, so I actually can't move to the right. But I want to be here somehow. And then maybe have Baba be move and push the text on the bottom to the right. Is there a way that we can set up that scenario? Is it really any more complicated than that? The issue that makes it complicated is that simply putting Baba down here, not that far, but simply putting Baba in this position here and then pointing Baba like this leaves us with very few squares. So now if we simply try to put Baba as move into place, we are so far across the board, we have no way to make it to the read in time. That's really the issue with that sort of naive solution. So we have to do better. They're giving us these two belts. And we have the ability to transform the belts. We don't really have the ability to make anything else U. Pretty much Kiki has to be U. Even though we could transform Kiki into something else, but I think we pretty much die. So I think Kiki has to be U, given the placement of that phrase. But belt could be a few different things. Why are they giving us two belts? Is that because we want to somehow... Does having multiple Babas do anything for us? Tree and hedge are both stop. Belt is shift. We could make belt is push. Okay, we can make belt is push. And one of the things that that might let us do, if we make belt is push, we could situate the belts in such a way that would allow us to start Baba much further back and still end up down here ready to push, shut, and defeat to the right. Let's see if we can figure that out. Where would we want that to be? We would want it to be something like... So we would need one belt that's pointing this way. It could, I guess, be anywhere in one of these squares. We'll leave it right here for now. and then we just point this one like this. Or we could maybe even put it further away, right? We could put it up here and point it like this. So now we could bring back... Let's now go back and do Baba is push once again. Let's sort of get it out of the way a little bit here. So now we make Baba is push once again, and we can actually move Baba all the way here. And now that should be enough, at least to try. Let's see if that does it. Because now I feel like we should have more than enough distance to get ourselves in place. I think we get it. And now we wait, right? Easy. Okay. All right. Cool. That one felt very easy. But that's how the puzzle game can work. I don't know why we were stuck on that last time. Maybe it was like the end of the stream and we were out of brain power. But first thing after getting my morning protein and caffeine, we're good to go. Getting off to a good start here. Now, do I want to revisit this one at all? Let's just look. I think I have revisited the ones that we've previously solved off stream, but let's just take a look again. It had to do with like moving the skulls around. That's what I remember. Although they're move on their own already. The skulls are both defeat and move. The skulls are both defeat and move. How did we circumvent this? We said door. Right now it says door has tree, and that tree is push. I think what we did is we did some sort of something like tree has tree. Some of like one of these infinitely spawning tricks. I think that's what we did. Because if you do something like this, I'm solving this one quickly because it's already been solved. And I think this is the solution. Now you make one... Oh, shit. Hold on. I didn't want to do that yet. So let's actually just reset. No, I need door to be push. Hold on. Hold on here. We want door to be push. And now we want it to be sink. So it spawns a tree. And then we say tree has tree. And tree is sink. Because now, we just get rid of all the skulls, right? And now we say that is... like this. There we go. Okay. I did remember how to do that one at least. So that gets us to 5. And then 6 was Canyon. This one, I think the first time we did it was a little obtuse because this is the first time that we saw the up keyword. And there's not too much to work with here. We've only got Baba is you and belt is shift, and then we have this up keyword. We also have ghost is push and hot. And the key is to get to the flag, as it usually is. Flag is win. But flower is defeat and melt. So the flowers around the flag are preventing us from directly getting to the flag. But because they are melt, we can use the ghost, which is hot, to get rid of them. Now, text is float. So I believe what text is float means is that it means a few things, but in this case, it means that the belt is not going to be or the text is not going to be affected by the belt. It doesn't get shifted when it's in the same square. It's just floating above it. So how did I solve this? I think what I did is... I want to say that I put the belt in the corner somehow. How did I put the belt in the corner? It's not... We don't have access to a push. But we do have access to pushing the ghost. And I'm pretty sure the way I did it was by pushing the ghost, putting the belt in the corner, and turning it up. But how did I get the belt in the corner? See, this is one of those where you've forgotten the solution, but you do kind of remember the key insight. At least I think. But there's not too much to play with, right? So this should be... There's only so many things you can do. You could do... Oh, I remember what it is. So we want to make Baba is shift. That's how you do it. If you make Baba is shift, we can now shift the belt. That's the key. Now, whichever way Baba is facing, the belt will... It looks like Baba is pushing the belt, but in reality, Baba is shifting the belt. So now we just shift the belt down here. Now, it's in the right spot, but it's not facing the right way, which is why they gave us the up keyword. Now, belt is up. And now the only thing that remains is to make belt to shift. All right. This is... we're reviewing some of these puzzles just so we're kind of doing them in order here for the stream, for the sake of the stream. But there we go. So this is not the most interesting... The most interesting content at the moment. I much more appreciate the original puzzle solves, which is, I think, what we're doing next, because now we are getting to... Now that we've managed to unlock 3 at the end of last stream, we do have access finally to number 7. Concrete goals. Let's take a look. New puzzle. Okay, there is a lot. There's a lot of belt in this one. Belt is both shift and push. Flag is win. Tree is stop. Flag is stop. Interesting. Flag is stop. Baba is you. And wall is stop. Okay. Now, what is stopping us? Oh, okay. Well, one thing that is stopping us here is the fact that flag is stop. We're gonna have to figure something out there, because the first thing that occurs to me is to make wall is not stop anymore. To break the rule, wall is stop. So now wall is no longer stop, which means we can get to the flag, but flag is stop. So I cannot actually move into the flag. And tree is also stop. So I can't break either of those rules. These are apparently immutables. So what do we do then? What do we do? Belt is both push and shift. So if I do this, I can't actually, yeah, flag is stop, so I cannot push the belt on top of the flag or into the same square as the flag. But what I could do is I could turn the belts around. I could turn them this way. So now, whenever anything is on top of them, I think Well, belt is push right now, so the text actually doesn't go directly on top of it. So I kind of maybe need to... I probably need to do something here where I am pushing the flag. What happens if we push the flag? Now belt is no longer push, so I should be able to push the flag on top. But I don't think that does anything particularly. Like I'm trying to think, like, can I position somehow where the flag gets like shifted on top of us? Can I just like wait here at the end and the flag will just... The problem is if I push the flag, I can't like race it down to the end. I'm not gonna get there in time. So I'm still ending up in this position where flag is stop. How are we going to do this? A situation where flag is stop. And yet we need to get to the flag. Is there any way to make anything else our win condition? I don't immediately see that. Because of the way that flag is win is positioned inside of the trees, I don't think we can say anything else is win, because I can't move flag out of the way. The text flag, and I can't position anything above win. Let me reset here. Wall is stop. So obviously there are various transformations that are available to us. Let's walk through those. It doesn't seem like we want to transform the flag into anything, because then we lose our win condition, don't we? If I turn flag into either belt or wall, I think we're out of luck. I mean, fundamentally, we need to figure out how are we going to get to the flag if it is stop. Have I seen this before? Is there a situation... One thing that has happened before... One thing that I can remember happening... I don't think that's actually going to be relevant here. I was going to say there was a situation in a much earlier puzzle where we had Baba and Kiki, and we could switch back and forth between Baba is you and Kiki is you. And in that case, one of the tricks to the puzzle was to have Baba next to some text. Like, I think it was actually wall is stop. We had a situation where, like, Baba is above the text, wall is stop, and then Kiki is you. Kiki goes down to the bottom of the text and pushes it up so that the word wall is on top of Baba. And that's like a weird corner case in which something that is push could potentially inhabit the same space as something that is you, but you have to be able to kind of switch around who is you. And I don't think we can do that in this case, so I don't think that trick is applicable. What is the key here? What is the key here? Because I'm very much hung up on this thought. This initial barrier here of flag is stop is really kind of stumping me. Is there any way? I don't see any way to break that. These feel like... Is there something that we're supposed to do, something weird that we're supposed to do with these belts that are supposed to shift things around, like the trees? Are we able to shift around? I don't think so. When belt is push, we can break this wall is stop, and that would let us push the belts onto something like the walls here. So when I push the belt, because belt is both push and shift. It's being pushed into this square that is inhabited by this wall. Because wall is no longer stop, I am allowed to push the belt onto that square. And then, once that move has happened, then the game sort of checks for rules like belt is shift, and if that's in play, then anything that's on this square, where the if I actually remove belt is push, anything that's on this square gets shifted. So Baba also can get shifted up by the or whatever direction the belts are facing is where Baba gets shifted. So one of the fun things you can do is you can transform things. You can transform things. So what we could do here is we could make a phrase like this, where we say, wall is belt. We can say wall is belt, and all the squares that are currently wall will become a belt. Oh, wait a second. So now what I can do is maybe test my theory. I had a theory that because flag is stop, I'm wondering if I did that too soon. Hold on. Hold on here. We might have something, SK. It's at least something that I did not notice before that I want to investigate. So I don't want to transform this just yet. The first thing I want to do is I want to say flag is push. So now I am allowed to maneuver the flag wherever I want. So what if I put the flag here? So now, what if I put the flag on top of the wall, and then I turn the wall into belt? Now, the problem is that these walls are all facing funky ways. So it doesn't actually immediately do what I was hoping. Also, there's going to be a problem here because I'm thinking a few different things. This has sparked several different trains of thought that I need to try to organize. What if... So when I do this... So when I do wall is belt, the square that the flag is currently on is pointed to the right. The belt that's on that square is pointed to the right. So, let me do something here where I... Belt is no longer push. Hold on. We need to bring back our belt is push. I need belt to be push again. So now I'm gonna have a belt that's like shifting back and forth. One pointing to the right and one pointing to the left. And I'm gonna see what happens when... Hold on. Let's wait one time step. It doesn't quite work. It doesn't quite work. We need something else if we're gonna get this to work, because Either Baba tries to move here when the flag is in front of Baba, and I don't move. See, I was pressing down there, and it did nothing. Now, if I press down, I'm simply in a flip-flop state. It's the start of something. I appreciate that you all think it's a clever idea. Man, maybe it is the start of something, right? Maybe this is like the first link in the chain that gets us to a solution. I'm just trying to think of ways to get us to inhabit the same space as the flag. Unless there is some other creative way to, like, break flag is stop that I haven't thought of. Oh. Wait a second. Can belt shift itself? Is that something that can happen? Belt can't shift itself, can it? Unless belt is... Oh. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second here. Okay, I think I'm off on a red herring. This is an interesting idea, but I actually don't know if it's... I think we might have a way to break flag is stop. Let's explore something else, actually. We're going to restart this, I think. So why don't we... Well, the first thing to do is this. That is our first step. Now I think we actually make wall is push. I think we actually want wall to be push. So now, are we able to do something here where we actually... I want to try this and see. I want to try this and see. There might be some problems, although maybe not. No, maybe... I mean, maybe there is still a problem here. Oh, no, but we can say... Oh, wait a second. Okay, we have plenty of wall to work with here. I don't have to be super careful with this. This might just work no matter how scattershot I might make this. I don't even know if I need 5 of these lined up like this, but that's how we're gonna do it. Probably this is enough, actually. This is probably enough just to get us to a state where I can break it. I don't actually have to break flag is stop. I just have to break tree is stop, because then I can make a different win con. You have no clue, SK? I think we have a way to break tree is stop. Let's see if what I'm trying to do works out here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna now say wall is no longer push. I'm gonna say belt is push. And I'm also gonna say belt is not shift for the moment. We're just gonna say belt is push. So what we're gonna do is gonna get this out of the way, and we're gonna start bringing over. So now this belt is very hard to see, but it is right here, pointing down. And this belt is going to be pointing down. Do I just need these two? I think I just need these two, but maybe not. Not sure. Let's line up more, but I don't know that I need more. This plan may need some refinement, or I could be off in La La Land, but I want to see what this does. Now, let me see if I can order this correctly. What I want to do... What I want to do now is say... Dang it. That does not work. Because tree is still stop. Tree is still stop. I was hoping to, like, shift multiple belts. Sparky was also a fan of this line of thinking. Hopefully, it sounds like maybe these were also lines that you explored, Sparky. Stop is pretty dang annoying. Oh, you didn't? Okay. Because there's multiple belts on top of each other, right? And if we had this, I can't rearrange this now, I don't think. Although maybe I could. I mean, we could go back to the beginning, which maybe we should, because this line is not bearing the fruit. I was hoping I would get, like, the belts would, like, shift each other underneath the trees or something, but no go. Does it work the way I think it does, though? Maybe it doesn't even work the way that I think it does. Let me just see something here. If we do push... Oh, okay, hold on. I need to make... belt not be shift for a moment. So if I push this on top of a wall, so these three squares here are now existing in the same space as the wall. What happens if I then bring wall out and make wall belt? And then make wall shift. Does it actually shift? Do they actually shift each other or no? They do. Oh, but they move. Oh, they shift each other. Do they then turn around? Or do they just hit the wall? They hit the wall. It's not like move. Something that is move will actually hit something that is stop, and it will turn around, but not shift. No worries, Sparky. Okay. So, it does kind of work the way that I thought. The problem is stop is still stop. Well, shit. What happens when it's push and stop? It does allow us to push it. It does allow us to push it around. We just still can't... We still can't inhabit the same square as it. So as soon as I get to, like, something else that's stopped, like the edge of the map, I still can't move into it. But it does allow us to put it somewhere, which I thought initially, like I explored that one idea where we were trying to move back and forth. Although maybe I didn't explore that idea enough. Maybe I did not explore that idea enough. What if we were supposed to do something that is like... What if we need to explore this idea more? Let's make a belt push again. How do we want to do this here? Oh, we could just do it like this, right? No. Because flag is stop. You can't just push. So I can do this. And I can do... Let's do this. So let's put a 2x2. A 2x2. Two that are going down, two that are going up. That's not quite a 2x2, but I think maybe you were able to figure out what I was saying. Now let's say belt is not push anymore, but belt is shift. Now what happens? So the flag is just right there. So now we're in a flip-flop state if we go in at that point, but what if I wait and then? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I'm having the feeling that you were having yesterday, SK, where you were kind of like, the game shouldn't let you just spawn infinite Babas. It was the same idea, SK, I just hadn't explored it enough. That is so funny. That is so funny. So what did we learn? So what have we learned? We have learned that you can occupy the same square as something that is stop if they are both shifted into that square. I think that's what we've learned. Agreed? Well, let's call that a win. As long as we know the lesson we've learned, let's move on. Now, the next number here is one that we have theoretically solved before. So maybe we can quickly solve it again here. Ooh, I don't think I looked at this one. Interesting. So this one has right as opposed to up. I assume that is a directional right and not a correctness right. I see. Kiki is move. Flower is defeat. Kiki is move, but Kiki is also right. So if we wait around here... Oh. So that's the interaction when something is both move and... So now they're starting to give us these directional pieces, which allow us to sort of force the directional orientation of a piece or a character. So since Kiki is kind of forced rightwards, Kiki will move only rightwards. Kiki will bounce off the wall and move one square to the left, but then immediately tries to keep bouncing. Okay. That's what it looks like, SK. So the rule when it's here, it's like, okay, move right. Oh, wait, I hit something that stopped. Therefore, I think this is the nature of something that is move, is when you move into something that is stop, you instead move one square in the opposite direction. So that is one little, yeah, you got it. Probably didn't even need to reset that. I could have just gotten rid of this. Okay, so they're giving us an up. They're giving us an up. So and they're giving us another Kiki, because it looks like what we're meant to do is force Kiki to be up at some point. The question is when. Because we need to get our win. And I'm guessing the only thing that we're going to be able to make win is Kiki. This is starting to ring a bell. It's been a while since we've done this, but this is ringing a bit of a bell. It's like we're going to alternate Kiki is right and Kiki is up in some manner. Oops. So now we want Kiki to be move. Now we want Kiki to be right. Oh, I should have not put right. I kind of screwed myself, didn't I? Because right needs to not be against the wall. Right needs to be... Let's do that. And let's do this. I wonder, actually, what happens if we try to do two things at once. Let's do a little bit of experimentation here. So if I do Kiki is right, but then I also do Kiki is up, it looks like up has taken precedence, but I can't say for sure until we try to move Kiki, and unfortunately we cannot do that. So that'll have to wait. What if I order it the other way around? Does the last one I do take precedence? Maybe. Maybe it's whatever the last one that you do is. Okay, but I don't think we need to worry about that. That's not crucial here. It's just my curiosity I wanted to satisfy. We do, I think, at this point want to make Kiki up, and then Kiki is move. And then we do that. And then we do that. And then we do this. Wait. Oh, I forgot to turn off that guy. Now, should I have done something else first? Or can I still do this? I can still do this, right? I can still do this because... Just do that. And then I do this. Then I do that. Then I do this. I think we can still get there, SK, because I think I can... Because of the fact that I have both right and up, I can push... I can maneuver Kiki into a position to where Kiki can push the win over to the left so that we have access to it. I think we're good no matter what we do. Because now I say, Kiki is up. Now I do this. Yeah, we just keep doing this back and forth until we're there. I think we can do it this way, yeah. And now it's as simple as saying Kiki is win. There we go. We have done that one before. It's been a long time. I have not solved that one recently, but apparently that was one that was either very easy both times or the residual memory of having worked with that one has stuck around. Let's go to... We'll keep doing in numerical order here. Moving floor. Moving floor. New puzzle. Ooh, what is this? Oh, we have the bugs. Okay, we have seen the bugs before. We just haven't quite seen them pointed in this direction. So they look new. What do we have? Several things going on here. Belt is shift. Kiki is you. Hedge is stop. Bug is defeat. Those are our immutables. And then we can play with flag is push. Baba is. And then we have another is and a win. That win is tucked away in a funny spot. So belt being shift does stop us from doing the naive thing of trying to just go around and get to win, because now we're just trapped. And we cannot stop belt from being shift. We cannot stop bug from being defeat. We do have flag is push. And what that does allow us to do, or would allow us to do, would be... Well, it sort of allows us to do something, but maybe not as much as I thought. Although, maybe... I think I've had some inspiration here that I want to explore. Let's do a couple things here. Let's do... My initial thought is to try to fill in the little gaps that are behind the belts using the two flags and the is, which does not seem necessary for anything. I could be wrong about that, but let's assume for the moment that it's not. So I could do this, and that would fill in one of the spaces here, and that would allow me to move across here without getting trapped. Now, the issue is that one of these flags now is a bit tough to come by, because I can't directly push that out because bug is defeat. I would need to use something else to get that out. So what if I... The thing is... Okay. What if I order things differently? What if we do this? What if we start with this? This is actually going to be tricky. This is actually going to be trickier than I initially was thinking, because once you've pushed something on top of a bug, how do you get to it? At least without too much difficulty. Like, at some level, we can utilize this flag as push, or we can utilize all the words in flag as push, maybe. Maybe that's the key, is that we only need... We don't need to get this flag out, maybe. Maybe we can just say, fuck that flag. All I want is this. Is that it? No, it's not it. We need to do better than that. However, I think we can do better than that. What if we do this? What if we do this? I think we can now make flag no longer push and not care about it. Now I think we're good. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Making some progress here. I like it. Area clear. Woo. They're very gracious in giving you like the clear to the area, the big sunflower. Ooh. Oh, that was very ominous. Well, we have to take a look at that because now we have access to like a new area, which I figured was going to be. Oh God, we have access to 2 new areas. Oh my goodness, I love the music, the musical flourish there, as we disintegrate the door that has been locked previously. Level 8 chasm. Oh, scary. What about this? Volcanic cavern. Oh my God. Okay, oh, there's so much to do. We still got to get to this place. Another place that we have not looked yet. I have looked at it off stream, but I have not shown this on stream. This here opens up, I think, when you get 3 of the big flowers. And it's called A Way Out, question mark. We can look at this real quick, but I did spend some bit of time off stream trying to work through this one, and this one is actually very difficult. Or at least feels very difficult. Perhaps now, or once we have passed more levels, we will have more of a knowledge base to work with. But I don't really want to sink my teeth into this one just yet because it says it's level finale. Level finale, A Way Out. So it feels like we're not supposed to do this just yet. Like maybe the game is sort of previewing something to you. And you try it out for a bit and you're like, wait a second, how the heck do you do this? This is so many variables, SK. It's almost too many variables for me as well. But it's gonna be one that you just have to break down and go piece by piece, which we will do eventually, but I don't think we're gonna tackle that just yet. But it is fun to at least look at for a moment before we say, let's wait to tackle the level finale. Let's just wait. In the meantime, we will enjoy our lovely, pretty sunflowers. I'm calling them sunflowers. I don't know what they are, actually. Let's go 10. Lovely house. Ooh, this is pretty. Okay, lots going on here. Baba is you. Key and rock is push. Key is open. Door is shut. Text is float. Water is sink. Love and door is stop. Text is float. Water is sink. And flag is win. Interestingly, I do not see a key, and I do not see a has. So it seems that we're going to need to transform something into key, like maybe rock. Water is sink. Okay. So let me just try the naive solution here and see where it gets hung up. The naive solution that immediately occurs to me is to say, I think this is not going to work actually because door is stop. No, it does work. Never mind. Okay, so then... Oh, right. Text is float. That's the problem. Text is float. So my attempt to push the text into the water to sink it and get rid of it is not a thing. So that naive solution is not going to work because naive solution is naive. However, I did not mean to reset it, but maybe it doesn't even matter. Because what if we do this? What if we do this? No, love is stop. So even though text is float, stop is still stop, and stop says, nope, I don't care that you're floating, you still can't push past me. So we can't just push. I was going to say love and key is push. That don't cut it. Okay, so we got to think. What are we going to do? Float can get us past water, but it cannot get us past love. Because love is stop. We could do something where we have 2 U's. We could do this. Actually, we could have 3 U's. We could do this. And we could also say... So we could have 3 things that are U. Theoretically. The problem is... what? We need a key, because key is open. Text is float, so we are allowed to push text beyond the water. But I'm not sure that that helps us at all. Because all the text on the outside of our little love box here, all the text on the outside seems to be situated in a way where we can't push any of our phrases from the inside past the water in such a way that they'll do anything. At least not from what I'm seeing so far. We can have multiple things being U, but we kind of need something. Either Baba or the rock need to be transformed into U, I think. I'm sorry, need to be transformed into a key is what I meant to say. Because how else do we get out of here? The only way to get out of here is by opening the door, correct? The only way to get out of here is by opening the door, I think. It feels like that we have to get a key from somewhere. So we might as well make rock key. Feels like that's a must to start. We could alternatively do the the equivalent move of keeping rock as U and turning Baba into key. Potato, potato. So now we're here. So now we have something that can open the door. There is no has. There's no has. So we're not allowed to kind of infinitely spawn something or repeatedly spawn something, which would be very helpful. That would probably solve the puzzle if we could do that. So that's probably why they have specifically given us no has. So now we could go back to this situation where we have key is U. Alternatively, we could say key is push. And that does get rid of our door if we want it. But then where do we go? If we do this, what is the next step from here? As we've said, it feels very difficult to do anything with the floating text. Like, we have a lot of floating text. But what do we do with it? Because love is stop. And water is sink. We can't use the text to sink the water. Could we? And it's almost impossible to push the text Like, the only thing that seems remotely within reach is flag is win. But even then, we can't, like, really push the text down and to the right. Is there a way for us to... Is there a way for us to transform... I think I've done this before. But that doesn't work. That doesn't really, I mean, it works, but it doesn't quite do what I was thinking. Also, I don't think it helps us. I wanted to see if you could transform the rock into a key, which you can, but then the resulting object is not actually you because key is not you. You would have to have a phrase that says, key is you. Is there any way of duplicating something with these words? So you're talking about like making 2 babas? Sure. That's actually fairly straightforward, I think. That is something that we have done many times previously in the game. So we could do that. We could do that. Not sure what the next step would be, but that is something we could do. I'm looking back earlier here. You said that you guessed duplication wasn't what you meant. More like generating new objects. Ooh. How would we go about generating new objects? See, that's the thing is I don't think we can do that without a has. I feel like we need a has. Without a has keyword, I don't think we can actually spawn additional things. But it does sort of feel like we need to. Is there some scenario here that I haven't thought of? So Mabian's idea is, like SK is saying, we probably need an extra item to sacrifice. Okay, so can we explore that? How do we play around and manipulate our words here to give us a third item that we have control over? There is a door here. There is a door. Door is both shut and stop. Is there any way that I have not considered that we can somehow transform something else? The only other object to play with is the flag, and modifying it seems impossible without getting rid of water. Also, I don't think we want to get rid of flag. Oh, we wouldn't do that though. We would not be getting rid of the flag. We would be turning, if anything, we would be turning something into the flag. Given the way that flag is win is stuck in the right-hand corner there. But, again, very difficult to do because of the way that the water is. Can you move the door like door is push? Is there a way we can do that? Right now, door is stop and shut. Door is stop and shut. I don't think I have access to the word door because door is shut is down here and door is stop is over here. Is there something that I haven't thought of yet to where I can actually get to the words that are outside of the love box? We could obviously do a lot more with this puzzle if that were to open up to us. Right now, I'm a little stuck on how to eliminate this door other than transforming the rock into a key and then pushing the key into the door. But then that feels like a dead end because where do we go from there? So you're not sure if you have any good nudges for what the solution is, but I think you can at least help narrow down what the solution isn't. I would say go ahead and offer whatever you think is appropriate, Mabian. So you're confident the solution lies within the love borders. We're not trying to manipulate the strings outside, including flag is win, right, Mabian? Any string on the outside of our little love cubicle here. Okay. Okay, so flag is indeed win. That is a must. So we have to get you to the flag. If we work backwards from that logic, and we are not modifying any constraint that is on the outside. That means that love is going to be stop no matter what. So if we could live in a world where we had this door either out of the way or we somehow had control over it to move it, if we had a way to get inside of our water enclosed area to the right, if we could do that and then have two things that are you, if we could have two things that are you, we would be in the clear, because then one thing moves into the water and sinks and clears the way for the other. How do we do that? Door is currently stopped and door is shut, so it doesn't feel like we can move the door unless we open it. So could we make, is it just as simple as that? No, we can't just make ourselves two keys, because once we open one of them, we only have one left, and we're still in the same boat. We can't sink one of the pieces of water and clear the way for the remaining you. Let's look at that death by logic just to make sure that we're both on the same page, because I might be assuming something, and we need to be re-examining those assumptions. So if I am key, let's just do this here. Let's make two keys. Let's make two keys. Let's do rock is key. And then we will say key is you. No. What I want to do is say Baba is key. Oops. Okay. So now we have two keys. So now one of our keys, that is you, will move into the door, and the door and the key are removed. Which is an issue, right? Because I need two keys. The only thing that is open is a key. So I think we have to have a key to open the door in order to get... Oh, I was like, why can I not control anything? I've got a Windows pop-up here. Because now we can get into this area, but we try to sink the water and the game ends. And I can't use any of the text to sink the water because text is flowed. Okay, I might have just thought of a corner case that we can test. As I was clearing my nasal passages here, I may have thought of something. So let's go back to the situation that we had before where we have two keys. I want to make two keys. So let me say that key is you, and then Baba is key. Let me do this. Okay, so I might need to spread these keys out a little bit more. What was I thinking of doing? What I was thinking of doing was... I don't know if I can get there from here, but let me try. So let me offset the keys first of all. I'm gonna offset the keys. How are we going to do this? I think I need to reset. Let me try to reset here. Because what I think I need to actually do is... I need key as you to read in a different direction. I need key as you to be like this. I'm glad that we've got Mabian's question as a backup here, but I want to explore this line first. What I'm thinking, SK, what I am trying to come up with is a scenario where I am simultaneously doing two things. I want to simultaneously move, I want to be the key next to the door, and I want to take a step to the right and open the door, while the other key, which is going to be eventually this rock, the other key is going to be completing a phrase that says key is rock. That's what I want to do. I want to see if that works. But I need to do some other stuff first. So let us say... I also am going to somehow need to position things... I might need to push the rock around or push the key around before I make it U in order to just come up with the correct mechanical positioning. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but let's see. Let's start with this. Now I can go back to this. And now I can bring this out. Let me think about this. If I am gonna do this, if I do this, the keys are in this position here, and if I go to do this, I need one of these keys to be offset much further back. So before we do this, let's do... I don't know how much further back. Let's just go max and see how that works. Now, what I'm going to eventually want here is that there. It looks like maybe... Because what I can do, if I'm not far enough... Okay, let's just start with this. Let's just start with this. We're actually going to need... If I'm here, what I need is I need this to be actually here. And I need this to be here. Okay, SK, yeah. So what I'm working towards is I don't know if this is going to work, but it is something that I'm not sure about what it's going to do. And those are usually the most promising things, right? You at least want to find out what something is, what's going to happen when you try to do something. That is often the first step to the eventual solution. So what we're going to do here... Ooh, I might have messed that up. What we're gonna do here... Oh, I actually perfectly lined it up. So, what I'm going to attempt to do here is see what the order of operations is. What I'm hoping happens is I move to the right with both of my keys, which are U. Ah, I'm seeing an issue. There is an issue here, but we're going to see if this works. We're not going to solve the puzzle with this step, but we're going to see if we're left with 2 rocks, which will be progress in my mind. The problem is rock is not you, and we'll be dead. But does this give us 2 rocks? God damn it. Well, all that set up for nothing. It destroys the key before it can transform. The destruction, the opening of the door is happening before the transformation can then take effect. I think that was a good try. But it, at the very least, has... I don't know if I wanted to reset. I pressed the reset button out of instinct there. Okay, Mabian, I will take your nudge. That line did not bear the fruit that I was hoping, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the nudge from Mabian. What does the level give you to work with? Oh, it is the gentlest of nudges, which is usually what I give when I'm attempting to coax somebody in the right direction on a puzzle game. What does the level give you to work with? The level gives us several things. So there are actually probably many possibilities to explore here. One of the key ones is the and, which I have not really spent much time exploring. So and could play a key role, because it can allow us to do a few different things. Okay, hold on a second. Have I ever done this before? Wow. Wow. Assumptions, goddamn assumptions, man, I'm telling you. Either an assumption or just a clear case of overlooking something that we just had never tried before. I don't think we've actually had a puzzle, whether it's let us do it or not. If there's a puzzle that has allowed this, I don't think I've tried it. And voila, we have 3 items. Just like that, we have 3 items, and I think we solved it. Because everything just falls into place if we do this, right? That dang and. The dang and. Words, man. Crazy powerful things. God damn. I mean, it's easy mode from here, right? We just gotta be not completely silly about the way we work things through. But this should go like that, and this should go like that, and then this goes like this, and we're done. That's it, folks. There it is. SK kind of had the idea. You did kind of have the idea, and I think I was just overlooking it. It really was the gentlest of nudges, Sparky, but that is where, when I'm trying to offer hints to somebody, that's usually what I'm thinking. Like, in that case, there was just something we hadn't investigated, right? And so that's where my mind went. I'm like, okay, Mabian is, I think, trying to get me to just go through the list of things that I can do. And what does actually happen when we use and in different ways that we haven't thought of. Boom. Thank you for the GG, Death by Logic. That one feels good. Okay, let me take a very quick restroom break, but I will let you all look at the next one here. Oh, we're going to the supermarket. Getting ready to do some grocery shopping. Let's take a quick look here. So our immutables appear to be wall is wall and stop. So we're not allowed to transform the wall. Baba is you, rock is push, and belt is shift. We also have the ability to change the direction of our belts. We can do belt is right and belt is up. The question is, what order are we going to do that? Actually, I wonder if we have taken a stab at this, because this is one that was technically unlocked, right? God damn it. This was technically unlocked because we had done 6 and 8. Yeah. And so 11 was open. I think we might have looked at this on stream whenever that was. You immediately see a brain breaker here for you. Yeah, let me try to... What's the naive solution here that's going to fail? The naive solution... Like, I want to put this here and say belt is up, and then push the boulder. However, this is going to turn the belt into the wall, right? And then I'm stuck from the flag. Okay. We need to find a way to turn the flag into win. I don't think there's anything else that can be our win condition. There's no way to make belt is win, I don't think. So we have to find a way to make flag is win while also giving ourselves access to the flag. Belt is right and belt is up. Belt is always shift. So if I try to go over here to do something with this word, I'm stuck, right? Belt can only be either right or up. Why would they give us the ability to make belt is right? There's no push here, right? I guess rock is push. Rock is push. So we have access. Rock is push. Right now, this belt here is situated down. So we are theoretically allowed to kind of walk along here. I don't know what that gets us. Rock is push. If I push the rock... If I push the rock here, it just comes back. If I push it here, I think it's going to be stuck. What are the things that we are capable of doing? I don't think we can make any sort of a phrase. We're just going to test this to be sure, but a phrase like up is right or right is up does not make sense, right? That's just not legal. Doesn't do anything. As suspected. Wanted to make sure. Can I make... Okay. Something we could do here is we could say that wall is right. But what does that do? I guess let's find out. We have to make belt is up, but we can also say... Oh, if belt is up, actually, we can now actually bring things out of here. I just realized that. That's interesting. Okay. So we could say wall is up. We could say wall is up or wall is right. We can also switch between belt is up and belt is right. That's an important one, right? So now we have the ability to switch back and forth with these as needed. So what we could do is something like... I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this in time. I think maybe I need to do something like... Right now I'm just exploring, because I don't think this is actually gonna bear any fruit, but I want to see what things do. Let's bring this down here. And bring this... like this. Okay. Now, we put this like this. I'm one step away. So first of all, I have no idea what making wall up does. Unless we are able to turn wall into belt. I think that might be the solution here. My first thought was what happens when you move the wall? You mean like reorienting the wall like we're doing now? Because I think what we might be wanting to do here is something where this is not going to... Well, let's just see what this does, actually. Hold on. Let's do... Dang, how do we do this? Because I want this to be here, but I also want... Oh, we can't change the wall to belt. You're right. That's a good reminder, SK. Let's still keep exploring this, just because I don't know what the heck this does. Shit. So if we do this... Oops. No. That doesn't change the fact that wall is stop. But then it moves to the right. So wall is no longer up. But that doesn't really matter, does it? Let me remind myself about a little bit of the rules. What happens if I do belt is right, and then I push... So Baba cannot get shifted onto something that is push, which makes sense. Is there some way that we could... Can the belts somehow shift themselves? I feel like we might have tried to play around with that idea before, but I don't know if that it quite works. Is there a way maybe to like make a longer conveyor belt? Because right now, this naive solution of trying to do this and then making a run for it is clearly not, we're clearly too far away for that to happen. Is there a way for us to sort of extend the path of the rock? Can we give the rock a longer conveyor belt before that'll give us more time to make it here? That seems also not doable, because how do we push the belt around? Yeah, how do we get the belt? Belt work seems like the key here. How do we get the belt into the right position? There's no push. Can I please just have one push? One push and we'd be good. Why must you be this way, game? Let's say we pushed the whole thing together. The words don't disappear, right? The words are just like stuck there in the wall. That's interesting. possibly or probably not helpful, but also interesting. They don't destroy the words. Let me ask you this, SK. Does your solution, SK, involve at all the fact that these conveyors at the start are down? Question for SK if you're still here. It does not. Okay. That's good. Let's try to work within that context then. We don't have to worry about the belts being down at all. So what does it get us if the belt is right? What does that get us? It allows us to, we can move here. We can move here. Getting here doesn't necessarily do anything because we can't push any of these words because they're up against the wall. But we are allowed to traverse this. We are also allowed to sort of push any of these words or the boulder or the rock into... Right? We could push this here. I can't get around it now. So I don't know that I want to put that there. But if I'm switching these back and forth, if we're not using the belt being down at all, then it feels pretty safe to go ahead and do this. I think I might leave this one. I think I might just leave this one for another day. I'm just not sure what the mode of exploration needs to be. You can do belt is right to set the rock. Belt is right to set the rock. Okay, so what you're... I think maybe what you're trying to explore, Blake, is the idea of having sort of the rock, like, here. Like, at the start of the conveyor belt, like, kind of in a waiting, already in waiting position. And then we go over here, and then we're close to the flag, and then we go up to the flag, and then we say, belt is up, aha! And now the rock starts moving, and the rock does its thing while we're inside. Okay. Let's think about that. I think I see a problem with it right off the bat, but let's explore. I think I have to reset. The issue, the immediate issue that I'm seeing with that is it would be nice if we could somehow get the rock directly into the square above Baba. Like, if we could get the rock one square up from where it is now and just have it sit there, that would be great. I don't see how we do that, because the belt in this puzzle can only be one of 3 directions, or at least this belt specifically. Right now, it's down. We can also make it up, or we could also make it right, but we cannot make it left. So if belt is right... The minute that I try to push this rock into its waiting and holding position, it gets shifted over there. And now it's not in the right spot where I need it. So now I get to go over here and I can do all this funky stuff, and I can figure out some weird way to push belt is up, and the problem is at that point the belt is in, or the rock is in the wrong column. It's gonna get pushed up into the little cubby hole right next to where I need it to be. Unless there's something I'm missing. I could be overlooking something very simple here. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it, though. Do I want to call it? Like, I am tempted to, like, look at another puzzle here. But I also don't necessarily want to get sucked into another puzzle, so... I think we're going to solve it there, and maybe we'll pick back up here, or we'll pick up at number 12, and we'll come back to supermarket some other day.